I've never been to Windsor Castle before. This will be cool. Let's see. The train we want runs east... No. Oh, okay. I thought it was a platform thing. Just eastbound or westbound. Which I will then get wrong. Westbound. Yay! That's right. Windsor is west of London, in the direction of Wales. So we'll need to hop on the westbound train on the Windsor track. Let's go. Nobody's here for the tour. Wow, Windsor Castle is huge. I bet we could spend a week here and still not see everything. We'll have to hurry, though, since Aunt Miranda wants us back in time for tea. We know! God! This room is called the Grand Vestibule. The swords and firearms you see here on the walls were all in use at one time or another. Oh dear, you are here for the tour, aren't you? Nobody else is. Sorry, we don't have time today. We're trying to find information on some of the King Henrys. Can you help us? Well, I'm not sure I know very much about the Henrys, although most of them lived here at Windsor Castle at one time or another. Henry VI is buried here in St. George's Chapel. Can you tell us anything about the armor that any of the King Henrys wore? Oh, well, wouldn't you rather ask about some of the fine masterpieces of art we have here in the castle? I'm really much more familiar with that subject. God, you're useless. For example, this painting here is a portrait of Charles I by his court painter, Van Dyck. Notice the proud bearing of the horse, the bold brushstrokes in his Majesty's beard. Ahem. I'm not sure if it's any help at all, but sometimes court painters did more than court portraits for their king. Some were commissioned to do the decorative etchings on suits of armors and such. Ka-ching. Wow! I guess that's logical. Someone who was a good painter might be good at engraving beautiful patterns on metal, too. Go on, Miss Preswick. Or is it Preswick? Preswick? The court painter was usually the king's favorite artist, the finest of his time. The portraits they produced are some of my favorites. They really give us insight into the monarch's life and times. Wow, we've got tons of information about the different King Henrys. Pick the clues that you think best show who owned the suit of armor. But hurry up, or else we'll be late for tea. Holbein. Bulky, fat-ass frame. There's no clue about how the armor was for a fat ass. That's it! Now point out the Henry Rex, who probably wore that cool suit of armor. Man-whore Henry. Woo! So many Henrys in so little time. We had to work fast to help Count von Coburg find out who owned that suit of armor and get home before Aunt Miranda killed us. Mr. Sneed helped us find out tons of stuff about brave Henry V, sick, crappy Henry VI, diplomatic Henry VII, and powerful Henry VIII. I really can't talk anymore. But the real clue was the armor itself, the word Holbein in the gold etching. We didn't have enough time at Windsor Castle to explore, but luckily we ran into Miss Preswick. She told us that court painters sometimes did the fancy engravings on suits of armor for the king. When we stopped off at Hampton Court, our favorite person, Mr. Frescura, gave us the last piece of the puzzle. Holbein was the name of Henry VIII's court painter. Henry VIII must have ordered Holbein to do the etching on his armor. When it was finished, Holbein cleverly etched his own name into the gauntlet's engraving. That sent us a message 500 years later to tell us that Count von Coburg's armor was made for King Henry VIII. And now we better go have some tea before Aunt Miranda's head pops off. Von Coburg armor was Henry VIII's. Carson Drew revealed yesterday that millionaire Count von Coburg's latest Snoopy's purchase was in fact a long-thought lost suit of armor created for Henry VIII. As promised, Carson and Jennifer, I will donate the suit to the castle of the king who should have worn it, explained Count von Coburg in a really horrible German accent. These young Americans really did their homework. Oops, that was Harry Parker's quote. These young Americans really did their homework, Harry Parker of Snoopy's gushed. They found the one clue that proved which Henry owned the armor. Hampton Court officials look forward to displaying the armor within the month. Hooray! That was so educational. That was like one of the most educational mysteries there is, I think. I remember being 10 and it was like, wow, this is all I need to know about British history. Thank you, Eagle Eye Mysteries in London.